Alright guys, it's Mother's Day weekend. I'm going to do a quick tour of the porch, an updated one. And because it was part of my Mother's Day, some of the things on here, so I thought it'd be fitting. Here's our clematis box. So it's going to have combination plantings of my clematis and cowpeas and peppers when they are ready. And so my clematis is in recovery right now. When we took everything off the porch, I had to kind of bag it up and it got a little roughed up. And so now I am nurturing it back to health. We have a native pink right here, and I will show you those when they bloom. They're an amazing native tropical looking plant. So here is the benches. Finally got cushions on them. Finally got my cushions after a month and a half of looking, trying to figure out where I wanted or what I wanted. And then I actually bought some cushions, had to take them back, and then it ended up settling on these. So they did come from Walmart. I was actually trying to avoid my favorite color because it's just everywhere on the porch, but it turned out being the best option. Now on this particular bench, we're going to add a second back piece to keep the pillows from sucking back through the bottom. So that is Bingley. Bingley is our very, very spoiled hamster. So we received him from another family member. They thought he would get more attention here, and he is a very, very lucky hamster because he gets toted around like he's just a dog or a cat. Isn't that right, Cadence? Yeah. They make mazes for him. He gets fed all kinds of treats. He gets to roll around in his ball, and they just tote him around all the time. Okay, like he's just like chilling. He's the king. I've added elements that represent my children. So the animal planners actually represent each one of my kids. And so I do animal spirit portraits that you can see on the website. And so if you follow me for a while, you know that I do that, and that the llama represents my 12-year-old. The sloth represents my 7-year-old. And then my parents actually brought me this hedgehog today. So they had found it and planned, it was supposed to be a birthday present, but once they figured out I had found the other animals, they gave it to me early. I don't think the 4 o'clock is going to stay in there. I'm pretty positive it won't. So it'll go somewhere else. And in this big blue planter, this is actually going to have a scalloped squash in it. It's just not ready yet to come out. So it's going to go in there. And these posts, I promise, will be gone soon. They're going to go for the blackberry trellis that we're building. One of the animals I don't have is a koala bear that will represent my 6-year-old. So I am looking for that. If you see a koala bear planter, let me know. I think we're going to end up having to get a coffee cup though. But I will get her out here too. Rhinoceros here doesn't really represent anybody. I just thought he was cool and he was a pretty good price, so I got him. And then the goldfish are in here, swim around. They eat off of the algae of the bottom plant. And I'm just randomly growing a pineapple because I'm just trying to see if I can. So I do a lot of see if I can plans. And then, of course, you see the peas and the zucchini doing great. Here I have, I'm positive it's the red swamp milkweed. The reason I wasn't sure, but I'm looking at the buds and I'm pretty sure that that's what it is. I've had this plant, I grew it from seed. I've had it, this is the 3rd year, and this is the 1st year that it's actually flowered. So excited about that. Those are my Lowe's dollar clearance plants that were half dead that I've revived. And then some more plants. This one actually came from my grandmother's house. It has a nice yellow flower on it. Eventually, other elements we've added. So it's just my little mushroom statues, and I've collected those over the years. And this was perfect, and this is going to come down and stuff. And then that's their fairy garden that their grandfather made them. Asparagus fern, another bench. Excited about that one. This one has got a lower back, and so the other one we're actually going to add an extra board to keep the cushions up. And the beds are doing great. So spinach, cress, lettuce, my King of the Llama garden bean, you can see it's growing up the trellis again. And that nice, wonderful rain gave us some clear water. We had actually used up all of it. You can see to the bottom, it's so clear. Carrots are doing great. So here we have our radishes and lettuce and carrots. So also doing good. Cucumbers doing good. It's going to go up this trellis when it gets good and started. So there we go. And that was the kale and the radishes there. And so, and more lettuce. And I know it's a little late for kale here in Mississippi, but that's an experiment. And that's what's cool about gardening is you get to do what you want to do and experiment, and that's okay. So you're going to have people, they're like, oh, you're wrong, blah, blah, blah. Well, maybe they've never tried. So then you can prove whether they're wrong or right, and you try it and you do what you think will work. And that's what's fun about gardening is you go out there and you kind of come up with what you think will work for you. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for joining me on the tour.